So that was really lovely. So this is Foges 8 singing this to us. So it's like the loveliness of your brother extended to you in so many ways. Like you can receive that all the time. It's unbelievable. So this is how we look at each other in this awakening experience. It's like you start to discover the loveliness of your brother if you let go of your ideas and of what you think he is or what he is supposed to represent. And that's really great. Because it opens up a whole new field of safety, in fact, that no one can be a threat to you in that sense, if you see him right. So in the talk of Joel that we're going to listen to, say tape 223A, Let It Flow Out is the title, and it is a New York 58 talk. And so Joel asked a couple of questions. I'm not going to repeat all that. So what am I talking about then if I don't repeat what he is saying? So in the transformational process, as I was starting, it is like, where is this place? Where is this place of stillness? Where is this place where I can actually have realization? Where is this place where I can say no? These are things you're looking for in your transformational path, and every teacher can point at it, but that's not your experience right away then. And so how do you come closer to this experience? And you see that everything in the universe is actually helping you to discover that. The situations that you're in, the people that are around you, the context that you have, the circumstances, even the physical circumstances of you, or the physical appearance and the physical beingness of you is also helping to reassure that you find your way back home. See, and I can say that, but then you ask, like, yeah, what do you mean? It's not clear at all. It's like pointing in all directions. Now, what am I supposed to follow? And so the main idea I'm trying to get across here is this, is that if you align with the purpose of the universe, like, it will be clear to you how it contributes all to your awakening. And that's not right away clear either. So I have to use some more words to get you to see what I'm saying. So the great thing is Joel expresses himself in his way. I'm always repeating this because he has such a very specific language, like words like impersonalization of evil and good. That's one thing that happens in this talk too. It's like the impersonalization of evil and good. Well, try that. See, he says it this way. And it's great because something is being stirred up or comes to me when I hear this saying that can actually be very helpful to you too. And that is this, like the impersonalization of evil and good comes down then to the place where you actually don't know the difference. It's like a place where you actually are uncertain about everything. And uncertainty is not a very popular word in the human mind, in the human way of living, and the human thinking, because you want to secure, you want security, you want comfort, security, safety, and all that. That's basically what you're looking for all day. You want that. And this is actually pointing in a different direction then. So the impersonalization of good and evil means it has nothing to do with you, okay? You can accept that idea. But then also it goes a little further, is that you have no idea what the difference is either. And which is great. It's not something that you have to discover or something that you have to know. It doesn't mean that you say have to confuse the two all the time or anything like that. No. What I'm pointing at is this. Is in fact, in your transformational process, in your awakening, you come to the place where you start to discover that you don't know anything, that you don't know what is good and what is evil. Like Adam took the apple, a bite from the apple, and suddenly he knew good from evil. But it was in a dream. It was not a reality. It was a dream. So that's not very much help for us either, because he wasn't in full realization when he had that experience. No, he was asleep. He was dreaming. He was asleep. He fell asleep in the garden. And he dreamt about good and evil dreams, if you want, and darkness and all that. So you don't know what is the difference between good and evil. You don't know what is the difference between pleasure and pain. And it is not the end of the story, luckily, because it is like there definitely is a way of coming to know that. But since you taught yourself these good and evil things, and you see it's not like a strict fact at all, because what I think is evil, you might think is good, or the other way around, you know. So you already know the differences in that for all of us, you know, in the human way of associative thinking. So coming back to the idea of uncertainty then is we have to be retaught. We have to realign with a new way of thinking. We have to learn new habits. We have to learn new responses. And we're on the way of learning these. And that also means that the idea that we call uncertainty as a human being, like uncertainty and not knowing, start to become more acceptable to you, and more and more and more and more, because you'll see that in the moments that you don't know, the answer can come to you. It's the same as if I step into this classroom that we share together. I don't know what to share with you. It's not that I have my whole talk ready or anything like that. No. I'm in a state of high uncertainty that to me is not a threat anymore at all. It's the place where I'm actually open and receptive. So that becomes the new definition then of this place of being highly uncertain. It's like a place where you can be open to receive, and an open mind is where the light can come into, where truth can be shared, because it is the natural capacity of the mind to be that, to be present this way. Your thoughts will never help you. You know, it's not like, okay, now I have a good thought or a positive thought. This will help me out. No, none of that. Your mind was not made for thinking as you are accustomed to. So that means that if your mind is open and you're receptive, you are able to hear the voice speak to you and do whatever you need to do and share with whatever you need to share, and not more. Like, you don't do more than that. You don't have to do more than that. But to stay there is the practice. To stay in your uncertainty. You can call it the Jesus uncertainty principle or whatever you want. It's like, in your uncertainty, everything is going to be given. In your openness, in your open-mindedness, which means you don't know the difference between good and evil. You cannot compare yourself with your brother. You cannot judge your brother. You cannot, Joel mentions these things too, I wrote some down. Oh yeah, criticize, there was another word, I was looking for that. You cannot criticize anyone. No, actually, with an open mind, staying in this high uncertainty, You feel the connectedness with everyone because you don't know anything. It's like it's going to be given. You don't have to criticize anyone, or you don't have to have a formula ready or a description ready of someone. No, this is the beauty of it. It's like in this high uncertain place, you actually can see the loveliness of your brother and see that you're one with him. Now, you would completely miss that if you think he's of some other type or other sort or other even gender or other race or other religious who knows what. You know, all these differences are dissolving in you being in a state of total uncertainty of what to think about it. Like you don't have to think anything about it, and that's not a defeat. That's not something that makes you less or anything. No, it just confirms the openness of mind. So this does not stop just in the relationship with your brother. It does continue with the relationship you have with yourself and the relationship you have with God. So you can always come to God in that sense to say, like, I have no idea, show me. You know, you can call this like spirit communication. The Holy Spirit is giving you as your comforter. And that's not confirming your ideas. It is not that helps you to confirm your ideas. No, it is helping you to be open to receive guidance. Let that come in. You know, let that come in. So you see that everything is upside down in that sense, but great. So the openness is not restricted to anything at all, not to a relationship with yourself, a relationship with God, your relationship with your brother, how to look at your financial situation, how to look at your health situation. Like, well, be totally uncertain and don't try to, say, formulate any kind of diagnosis or any kind of formulation of what you think is going on with your physicality. Try to stay completely out of that. It's like to stay out of it and just feel what you feel and move through what you move through is really where the healing is, and where it can be shown to you that there is no such thing as sickness. That was also a, say, product in your mind of your human thinking. And this is what we practice. You know, this is where you have your transformational process to practice this. And like I said in the beginning, everything the universe, say, brings to you is helping you with that, to see that in the end everything is uncertain. No, you have no idea. You have no idea how it's supposed to look, no idea what you're supposed to feel, and no idea who your brother is. In that, it can be revealed to you. In that state of what you call as a human being uncertainty is where your certainty lies, with a capital C. See, and that is so great. And the more you practice this, you see it at work. You see that there's also no exception to this, that it always works. And so the only training then that we do in this awakening process is then to let go of what you think is going on, or what you think is good and evil, what you think your brother is, what you think God is, and what God is doing. And, you know, like all this. So in the talk that we're going to listen to, the first half hour, I choose to do that, there's a lot of this in there. But Joe says it in different ways and with different words. But the essence of it is the same. So that might also be, say, easy for you to hear it in that way again. So it's always good to hear it in different ways being shared with you. It's all pointing in to the same place, in the same direction. But see, the focal point of your uncertainty is like a an essential step for me in my awakening. It's like that is a key word I use. Uncertainty, the Jesus uncertainty principle. Like, I'm not of this world. Well, I find myself here. I'm not of this world. How am I supposed to behave? I have no idea. This is also the start of my awakening. Like, suddenly I'm taken out of this place. I'm having an experience that has no relationship with this world at all, while it's like a total different experience of myself. I appear to be back in a world where I don't know how to relate to. And I'm actually right in the focal point of this uncertainty about everything. And so it takes a moment to make this connection again. It's like allowing this change to settle for yourself and find your place here while you're actually not of this world at all, but still in it and performing and doing things and say being moved to do certain things, and at the same time reaching out to one another to say comfort the weary hearts, or the ones in distress, or who knows what you're going to do, or maybe you are going to show the beauty of all this. All this can be your expression of it, and everyone has such an individual path in that sense. That's totally okay, but all coming from this, say, place of high uncertainty, but growing the certainty in that everything is given, and that your brother is like yourself. He's actually going to show you your loveliness. And that's just the delightful path. It's great to walk it and discover, oh my God, it's all coming back now to me. I had no idea. I didn't expect this at all.